Oh, never mind. I hit the wrong
Fooled
button.
you.
Fooled you. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Crypto Disruption. My name is Tommy.
And I'm Tracy.
We are ecstatic to have you guys with us tonight. We've got a lot of great things in this episode, but first,
please don't forget. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't go anywhere without clicking the button. Smash the little bell. Let us know how much you love us. We love you too.
Smash it. Don't forget to like and share us on other social networks. We got Twitter, Facebook, Telegram,
Some
LinkedIn.
of us have Twitter.
Some of us have Twitter. Some of us are still in Twitter.
Limbo.
Timeout.
Corner. Dunce hat. There we go. All right.
So, anyways, like all our social stuff, it does help us to continue to put out.
It costs you absolutely bagel, $0, nothing, nothing. But it helps us do what we're doing. And if you like it, let us know.
Yeah, please do. All right. And as an extra bonus tonight, we are going to give away $25 in free Ethereum. What you have to do, you have to like the video, you have to subscribe, and you have to comment in the comments to leave your wallet number. And what we will do is after the video, sometime tomorrow, we'll shoot another video. We'll run a randomizer through that. We will pick one comment at random. If that comment has the address in it, they get it. If the comment doesn't have it, we run it again and we go on to the next one until we find somebody.
So not only is it free to like, share, and subscribe our stuff, but it can actually make you money.
And it's not $100 or $200 in free Ethereum, but right now the market's in such a fucking toilet.
That $25 can go a long way.
$25 in a month from now could be $50. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and give away $25 in free Ethereum. So again, smash the subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment with your address in that comment, and you could win. So I'm not going to make you share it. I just subscribe, like, and comment. But if you want to share it, hey, that's great. We always love it when people share our videos and, get it out there.
Yes.
All right, let's take a real quick look at the market.
Oh, the market. Hold me. I can't. Someone's hot. What about me? No.
Hold me. I'm so scared.
Feels like we're holding that trend line. Yeah. I see a lot of the same. I feel like this is like rinse and repeat Groundhog Day. I'm waiting for Bill Murray to come out and talk to us about it. So
don't drive angry. Don't drive angry.
All right. Let's look at the general overview.
We got a market cap of $329 billion. Bitcoin dominance of 38.5%. Again, that's up from what it was about a week ago when the altcoins were running. Again, when the altcoins are running, the Bitcoin dominance goes down. When there's a sell-off or a correction or whatever you want to call it, the Bitcoin dominance goes up because people are selling out of altcoins and they're putting their money either in Bitcoin or they're moving it over into Tether. So that's why you see that Bitcoin dominance fluctuate like that. So technically, we don't really want to see the Bitcoin dominance running up too high because that means people are selling out of all the altcoins. We don't like that as a whole with the market. So where's Bitcoin at right now? It is at 7,436. So again, it's kind of snoozeville. I mean, yeah, it's in the red. It was in the green yesterday. It was in the red after that. It was kind of in the green a little bit this morning. Now it's back in the red. Yeah. We're just kind of doing this flip-flop of a few percentages each way. It's like 2% green. All right, now we're 2% red. Now we're 2% green.
It's on autopilot. It's taking some turns and doing some dips, and it's not doing a lot.
Yeah, so, I mean, looking at the chart, it looks like it's kind of starting to build up a new level of support. I did say if it dropped below 7,900, 7,800, it would probably fall down to 72. I think it did touch 72 yesterday, and it bounced off of that, and it's kind of settled in this zone between 73 and 74, where it's just kind of bouncing around there, maybe 75.
And I guess it's not exciting, it's not sexy, but you know what? It's not
going down. That's right. So, yeah, if we get a little sideways movement for a little while, then it's not the end of the world.
It's like that old Ford truck. Maybe she's not gorgeous, but she always starts. So it's not too bad.
Hello.
What up? Okay.
Aldella.
What do we got going on?
Had bought Tron for 720 and sold at 920. Bought more A-Chain at this dip. There you go.
A-Chain's worth it. I mean, granted, not a financial advisor. These are our opinions, But A-Chain is a really good option. They have tried to improve their overall webs. I mean, it's not the new one, but it works.
Yeah, well, supposedly the new one, last I heard, was supposed to be being launched in June. Now, I don't know if that's June 1st or June or the end of June, but I guess we'll kind of see in June what happens. I really do have my fingers crossed on that their branding exercise comes around, turns around, and the project can turn around. I think the technology and the project I do.
The technology is great. I don't feel a lot of love for their user experience currently.
Yeah.
But I will say, as someone that knows a little bit about that particular side of things, I know how hard it is to launch really well with the website that you love that works well. So I get it, but test that crap out. Test it out.
I do think it's a good. I think you probably made a good move there. Tron will be launching their mainnet here towards the end of the month, and we all know how it goes: buy on rumor, sell on news. I do completely expect that there's going to be a dip with Tron after mainnet goes out.
Yes, the loyalty program is pretty awesome.
Yes, yeah, I'm actually in the lockup program for A-Chain. And so I've had my my tokens in there for the last 4 months, I think 3 or 4 months.
A-Chain is one of those that has a decent.
There's a mainnet.
They have a decent community too. So
make profit, and I again gonna buy some A-Chain.
And if you really feel,
I see your strategy here.
A-Chain.
Buy low, sell high, take profit, buy A-Chain. Hey, not a bad strategy.
Yes.
Like I said, especially if they're able to do what they should be able to do with their marketing.
Yeah, keep an eye on their timeline.
Their marketing around.
They've got a lot of things going on.
Thoughts on Encash? We talked about Encash a little the other night. I'm actually pro Encash. I know there's some FUD going around with Encash. And honestly, I know some people jumped on the CEO because, there was that story, and then it took the CEO a couple hours to put out a video, and then they were critical of him. Oh, he wasn't in a suit. He was like in, sweatpants or whatnot. And
dude, I love y'all, but if I'm dressing up, something else happened, because this is what you get. And I think that's the beauty of this market. This particular market is really, it's for everyone. So don't knock on people.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I mean, I think the fact that the CEO of a company was able to put out, put out a video in a couple hours after a Twitter story went somewhat viral.
I was impressed by that. I was.
To me, because honestly, CEOs have a lot of shit going on. I could tell you from experience, as an executive, I am buried all day long putting out this fire or this fire and doing this and making sure this is running right. And if somebody tapped me on the shoulder and said, hey,
you got some crap on Twitter.
There's a Twitter thing going out, I would kind of be like, really? In the greater scheme of things, somebody putting FUD on Twitter. But I think he did the responsible thing. And, he put a video out. And so I'm pro Encash right now. And I'm pro Encash until Encash proves to me otherwise. If the FUD that went out turned out to be true, I will broadcast it high and loud from this channel. I will.
How much do we see it getting up to?
How much do I see Encash getting up to?
That's what they'd be talking about.
That one's hard to call.
I don't really like projecting, especially from this position in the market. Does it have some good legs to stand on? I would say yes. Do I have a bottom dollar I'd put it at right now? No.
I'd have to look back at my video where I did some of the analysis on it to see where I think it could go. It's at about 3 or 4 cents right now. So to 10x would be 30 cents, to 100x would be about $3. Honestly, in the next couple years, I could probably see if they're able to hit all their milestones. This is the thing with when you look at projections. The team has to hit all their milestones. If they hit all their milestones and they do what they're supposed to do, and the market accepts it in the way that it is, then I don't think $1's out of the equation for Encash. But again, and I've said this a few times on the channel, Encash for me is not what they're doing in the retail section. Encash for me, the reason why I'm invested in Encash, if all Encash was focused on was the retail section, I probably wouldn't be invested in the project. But I see a greater use for Encash that has a much larger market share, and that's where Encash can use the same platform and use it for security. They could use it for medical. There's all sorts of things that they can use that same technology for. I think that's where the real value in Encash is.
And Adela makes a good point about Icon being potentially undervalued at this point. I did see some of the news with the Samsung, and there's so much stuff going on right now. And right now, I guess if you're following a project, and this is what I'm going to say, if you're following a project, if you like where it's going, if you think that they're at a good place for you to make a purchase because you believe in the project, you've done your homework, you see a lot of potential there, then go for it. This is a good time. It's like a fire sale. Sup? What up? Good to see you too.
Costa Loca.
Polymath. I have heard a little bit about Polymath. I will not say I've done a ton of homework on it. I do see a lot of stuff going around about it, but I'm not really in a place to give a lot of good advice on that one right now. I can look into it. If that's something that you'd like, I'd be happy to.
Yeah, we should look into it. I was looking at Polymath a couple months ago.
Yeah.
I have not looked at it recently. So
there has been such an explosion, and I do quite literally mean an explosion of different projects, and they're coming out all the time. So I know some of the ones I've been looking at is BAT. I think that's a really cool one. BAT has a lot of interesting features, and I've been exploring that. Hacking, of course. I love looking at Hacking. They've been doing a lot of really good things. I'm really excited about that. Oh, crap.
We might be having an interview with iOS Token.
Yes, IOST. They have a lot of cool things going on, and I think they've been positioning themselves for some serious upward movement. So I'd like to see where they go.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure we're going to land an interview with their CEO in the next 2 weeks.
Which would be awesome, because I'll tell you, if you haven't watched anything that he's done before, he has a great sense of humor, and he knows what he's talking about. His shit is absolutely on par. So definitely check out some of his stuff. Funny guy, cool.
Keep a lookout for our interview with him, because we are lining that up. We were kind of starting to put some of the finishing touches on that today and line up schedules.
Right. There is a ton of undervalued coins. I totally agree with you. I think the problem I run into is that when I look at a project, I sort of dissect it and I use a bunch of different things. For me, how's the user experience? What are they positioning themselves to do? What is the problem that they're solving? How accessible is the information on it? I love to look at all those aspects, break them apart, and then put it together in a package that I can easily understand and share with you. So I don't rush through it. I don't rush into it. And I do try and take my time.
But to your point of a lot of undervalued coins, I would say, yes, there is a huge fire sale right now. And if you look at the charts, if you look at the TA, like I'm looking at the Bitcoin chart right now, Bitcoin is very much oversold.
Dude, and Dominic, I feel you. I wish they would get their shit together too. Tron has some really interesting stuff going on. Definitely worth looking into further. I like to go bullish on a couple things, but this market is definitely keeping me watching.
Yeah, and I do own some Tron, so I'm watching it. I want to see what Tron does after the mainnet. I want to see how smoothly their transfer goes when they transfer from their old tokens to the new tokens. I want to see how all of that happens. So I haven't bought any more Tron, but I haven't sold any of my Tron.
Right.
So with Tron, I'm kind of in a holding pattern right now because I want to see how smoothly that goes and what the end result. Now, if the end result is they're able to execute, mainnet comes online, they're able to execute that great, and their token transfer they're able to execute that without a hitch, then I think Tron is going to have a really nice run.
Another upcoming that I'm really, really anticipating is Mandala Exchange. I cannot tell you. I mean, we had the interview with them, and I really liked what the exchange looks like. I really like the potential there, and I cannot wait to actually see it in action. So
yeah, that's about 2 quarters out. So we'll.
I know I'm having a hard time holding back on that one. I really wish that I could speed that up somehow.
Yeah, the markets are definitely oversold. I'm looking at the RSI indicators for them right now, and the RSI tells me buy. When I'm looking at this, all the indicators on RSI tells me that the market is heavily oversold and that it is time to buy. Again, not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you guys what the TA is telling me.
I see that you sold your Tron, Adela, with profit and looking to buy after mainnet when there's a dump on Tron. Just be careful with that because mainnets don't always lead to a drop. So really pay attention as you're doing that and just invest intelligently. Just be careful with that.
I mean, typically that is kind of the rule though. It's normally, buy on rumor, sell on news. And so normally after news is released, there's normally always a pullback, but occasionally there's those times that news is released. I know I've done that with some stock investments in the past where I was like, okay, I'm just going to hold on till the news is released. And I never got back in because it just went, and I was like, well, fuck, missed that train.
There went my rocket and I'm not on it.
So that's why that's the position I'm taking with Tron is I'm just kind of holding. I'm in a holding pattern with them.
Nice.
Got in at 310 set. Nice.
Where are we from? Like, where are we right now? Dominic, is that what you want to know?
Where are you guys from?
Like, we right now are in Texas.
Yeah.
I am from New York, Brooklyn, actually.
Yeah.
So,
but we live in Houston, Texas. So this is the time of year it starts to get hot and shitty.
Dude, I have this. Okay, dude, I keep this app just because, the weather here sucks anyway. So I might as well have some fun with it.
It sucks in the summer.
Okay, yeah.
The winters now you can actually have your windows open in the winter.
So I have this weather app called FU Weather. Yes, I do, and that's what it's called. And it will tell me like little cute things about the weather. And it says tomorrow is going to be hotter than Alabama, like an ass crack in Alabama jail.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, thanks for that.
I'm just straight north, like 2,000 miles. Okay, well, we lived in Fargo, North Dakota for about 5 or 6 years, which is pretty much straight north of here. Maybe about 1,500 miles. So I guess you're in Canada.
I do not like the cold. Newsflash.
I love the cold.
He does. We're kind of opposites. We're trying to.
That's where I'm at.
There you go.
You're in North Dakota.
There you go. Beautiful area. We lived.
Or you're in Canada or North Dakota? Which one? I go to NDSU.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. So that's a pretty. I mean, it's not what I would call a gorgeous country, but there are definitely beautiful parts of it.
Yeah, we lived in a little town called Wheatland, North Dakota, right outside of Castleton.
Yes.
So I don't know if you know where that's at, but that's where we lived for a little while.
Long-term picks by Adela, Icon, A-Chain, Cardano, and Ripple. Dude, Ripple. I'm an XRP person.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. Ashton Kutcher. Mwah, thank you. The Ellen Show. That whole $4 million for the gorillas. XRP.
Gonna sell the Ripple and on
CNBC. Yeah, I'm pumped by CNBC. Well, you know, because I'll tell you why. I think that it's pumped by CNBC because there's a lot of partnerships going on there. There's a lot of people that are in certain industries that are definitely into XRP. I don't think that's a bad thing, but I would really like to see some positive movement. I keep looking at my XRP, and I'm still, you know,
I mean,
there's tons of good news.
Yeah, I'm very bullish on Ripple. It is one of my larger holdings. I should say larger
that's
holdings.
My baby. I love XRP.
We got into Ripple together. Those were one of those ones that we both got in together. And so I'm very proud.
Us too. Well, not entirely, but yes, I definitely, my portfolio has a large amount of XRP.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can if you want. I believe you. Like, we're all friends here.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about our little motivational piece that we'll be doing? Did you guys all hear about it? We will be giving away some ETH.
Yeah, $25 in Ethereum.
All you have to do, subscribe, like. We'd like it if you share, but I guess you don't have to share. But we'd like it if you share.
Put your wallet address in the comments. And tomorrow, when we do a video, hopefully when I have my new computer, which should
We're so psyched. We have a nice setup coming, so we can bring you even better quality videos and news.
Yeah, should be screaming. We'll run a randomizer, and we will pick the winner.
Yep. But the nice thing is, the more, you know, you guys subscribe, the more you guys share, and the more of you we get, the more of these we get to do, because we love our subscribers and we really, really want to give back to you guys. Yeah. So we would not be where we are today without you guys. Yeah. Yes. You can put it right in there. And we will definitely be putting that in our random selector. So there's only like 4 or 5 of you like right now. If it doesn't, then please just go
put it in the comments in the bottom, because that's where the randomizer is going to run off of. So not in the live stream, but put it in the comments of the video, because that's what the randomizer picks up, is all the comments of the video, not in the live stream.
And so we want to make sure, put them in the comments so that our randomizer can grab a hold of it. Make sure that you've subscribed. Make sure that you have liked. And feel free to share.
You don't have to share. Subscribe, like, and then put your address, your ETH address in the comments, and we'll run it against it tomorrow.
Free money. Like we said, it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe, to do all this stuff, but sometimes it may pay you something.
There you go. And we're gonna start to do more of these. I was doing them a couple months back, and
are you saying you want us to do a Ripple one? Do you want more Ripple content, or do you want a Ripple motivator?
Must have a coin portfolio.
Right at the bottom, our good buddy Adela.
Love you guys more Ripple.
Love you too. Ripple content. Ripple.
No,
you're gonna buy more Ripple.
If I get there, you go. That's what you do with the $25. Buy more Ripple.
Really, one thing I'm gonna push for you guys: diversification is key, right? Yes. Ripple IPO will make. I'm not sure about XRP. Well, there are concerns with anything, and yes, there's some mixed this, that, and the other. XRP is, in fact, what's the engine behind this whole thing. So check into it and really look at what you're doing there. The XRP, I think, is very important. The blockchain speeds, the things they're able to accomplish.
Well, the thing is with that many tokens is if they're able to accomplish what they're setting out to accomplish, they're going to need all those. Yeah. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work, and it's going to stay what it is.
One thing I will say with IOST's brainchild pushing behind things, if you listen to Jimmy talk about the speeds and things and what is necessary versus what he believes is possible and what people have or haven't accomplished, one of the things I'm really excited about with IOST is he really seems to understand the process and has a plan in place to make a faster, more reliable experience. So I really can't wait to dive into that further.
Once we get him on the channel, we can ask him.
Yes, I'm excited to ask. I have so many questions. I've watched a few things. I've read some stuff. So I'm actually kind of psyched.
Yeah. So we'll get Jimmy on here and we'll start asking him those questions.
But another important thing I need from you guys, and you can ask your friends and you can share this information with whomever. We would like some questions that you guys want to know about ICOs, about the people in charge, about, processes. What is it that you guys really, really, really want to know that we can find out for you in some of our interviews? What would help you understand things better? What do you want to see happen? Give us some information that you guys would like to know so that we can ask and you guys can hear it right from the people in charge. Thoughts on VeChain and Ontology. Okay, VeChain. My thoughts on VeChain is right now it's at a good price. If you're looking to get into it, it's not a bad time.
And they just partnered with Hackin.
Hello.
So anytime I get to say Hackin on the channel, I'm happy. So thank you, VeChain, for the partnership with Hackin for their bug bounty program. I think it adds value to both of them.
They flagged your link.
They flagged the link.
What? Okay, well, like I said, come back in and put it in the comments so that we can throw you in the randomizer and see if you are lucky.
Well, I think they were putting the link in here.
Not
the address.
I'm sorry.
What
the hippity? Gotcha.
Okay. Dump the link in the comments. If it flags it in the comments, it'll go into spam, and then I can take it out of spam and put it into the public comments.
But anytime you want to share stuff with us, you can also send it in the email, throw it in the LinkedIn. You could tweet him. I would say tweet me, but my Twitter.
She's in Twitter timeout.
I'm in Twitter jail. I think
she's been very
shadow banned. I don't know what I did, but I did it.
Twitter. Bad.
Yeah, I'm in timeout. I'm sorry. But hopefully that will be resolved, or if not, I'll throw in my other Twitter zone. I don't care.
Twitter loser.
But moving on.
All right. What else is in the news? Let's see. Okay, so we talked about the upcoming interview with IOST.
Justin Sun is about to run a big saw the news. I think Tron will have use cases on current industry. I wonder which way. Adela, you have the best information.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, my stance on Tron is I'm neutral right now, which means I'm holding. I'll continue to hold, and even if they dump down, I'm holding Tron long term. So my hold on Tron is probably a good 5-year hold.
I semi-live on Cointelegraph and several other sources.
Yeah.
I kind of live through those, and then I research and I check, and I don't know how I do anything else. I really don't.
I saw that there were some use cases that they were going to be releasing right about the same time. Again, though, buy on rumor, sell on news.
Right. I need to see the use cases, and once I see them, then I move more on that action. But
again, even if there was really good use cases, I'm not selling my Tron.
That's a long-term
to take
hold.
A profit because.
Tron, that doesn't mean you can't. Yeah, but we have a long-term holding in
Tron for me is a 5-year hold. So even if things screwed up on mainnet and the token swap, I wouldn't sell my Tron. I'm going to hold it. If it goes really, really good and they have a lot of use cases that come out public, I might add to my holdings. But right now with Tron, I'm really just a flat neutral, because I just don't know what's going to happen. Long term, I think Tron's going to do very well. I just don't know if I want to put any more money into it right now, because there are so many other good projects that are on sale right now. So I'm happy with the holdings I have in Tron.
It's a serious fire sale right now. And if you do it smart, I think you can come out in a really nice position when this starts to pick back up. And like I said, I mean, here we are at 74.28, 20 something. And it's just sticking to this support. It definitely seems to be staying in this realm.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, even the overall market cap hasn't moved a whole lot. So a cool thing I saw on Hackinsight was they put out a blog. If you're in the business world.
Oh my God. Oh, I don't know. If you haven't heard it, you're probably going to.
In the business world, especially if you're in the marketing part of the business world, this week has been like the week of, oh my God, I am so sick of hearing GDPR. That's every freaking email I get.
So routers. This is like, that's interesting. So the routers being hacked. Capital as most portfolio. Yeah, so routers are interesting pieces of technology. Pretty much everyone has them or sees them. Yeah, you can reset your router, but at the end of the day, there's tons of things.
Well, no, this hack was living past a reset. So yeah, what I read anyways, if this is the same hack that came out from Cisco, is that the hack was able to survive a router reset. So that's why it was a big problem, is because normally you reset your router, it's a pain in the ass.
And you're good.
But somehow this hack, again, I don't know if you're talking about the same hack, but I read about this 2 days ago, and Cisco had put something out. They were seeing something like 500,000 routers have been hacked over the last couple months. So Cisco put a warning out on it, and it was a big deal because the hack was able to survive a router reset. And
yeah. So the scary thing about that is they just keep getting smarter.
Restart. I don't know if it was a reset or a restart, but it was a concern because, normally you restart or you reset your router and it gets rid of the hack, but this one was able to survive.
I was sharing a story, I think it was earlier today, of like 187 problems that blockchain is supposed to solve.
It's not a router hack. Router gives a range to which we can access.
Correct.
I haven't read appropriate information. I think it might have been an ISP that uses Cisco. Maybe that's possible. The article I read, and again, I only read one article on it, and we all know with the way that crypto FUD flows, this could have been Cisco FUD or something like that, or router FUD. But yeah, they were saying it was in the routers. It's very possible that it wasn't somewhere. And yeah, routers only kind of route that, but routers do have firmware, and so my initial thought was somehow the firmware was holding the malicious code.
Well, it has to be sitting somewhere. So.
So that was how I read it. Again, I didn't dive deep into it. I just kind of glazed over the story and said, well,
yeah, if this is the same one. So the FBI is advising people to reboot their routers after foreign cyber criminals hacked into them. I'm guessing that's the one that you're reading. The Business Insider just released this about 8 hours ago, that they're warning the public that foreign cyber criminals have compromised hundreds of thousands of router devices in homes and small offices around the world. FBI said the criminals used VPN filter malware to collect people's information and exploit their devices. The criminals' motives are unknown, and the FBI is advising people to reboot their router devices.
We know what their motives are.
Oh. Anybody else want a class? What are their motives?
What are their motives?
Bueller. Yeah.
So there was one from Cisco. If you find Cisco's
check that out.
A story on it, Cisco went into a little bit more about how.
Well, because Cisco systems.
Yeah, I thought Cisco said that the reboot didn't work.
Oof.
So.
That's the one from 2 days ago. I see what you're talking about.
So back to okay. So yeah, we'll look more into that. So the GDPR.
Yes. So what is the GDPR and why did it scare the crap out of people so much?
If you're in the marketing world, all you've seen is GDPR this, GDPR that. Hacken put a good blog out today. There's this 7 steps, 7 easy steps to GDPR compliance. So if you work for a place that they're still kind of unsure about what to do about GDPR, I would say go find this Medium article that Hacken security consultant
Then GDPR does
Alexei,
also have a website.
Yeah. And so
Alexei Dennis, yeah. I'm sorry, Alexei. I'm not doing that to you.
I'm not going to be able to pronounce the last name. But yeah. So that one stuck out to me because, like I said,
we've been dealing with GDPR.
All I've seen all week long is GDPR.
Just this week? No.
Well, but this week it got really bad
push
because
today was the day.
Today was the day. So yeah, that was some stuff out on Hackins, and then they had Kraken appoints the former United States attorney as their general legal counsel. I saw this one come across yesterday. I think this guy was George Bush's. He was appointed, nominated by former president.
Exactly.
What?
Perfectly timed fear when the market slides, because then you know what? You have the opportunity to take advantage of that. It totally is possible. Then we're getting into the whole conspiracy theories and stuff, but it's hard not to see it that way because you have all this news coming up and the market's down here, and you have banks talking about adopting certain things, and you have the NASDAQ talking about certain things. So yeah, could there be positioning going on? Sure.
FUD always comes out in multiple things.
Yeah, it's not just
one
FUD
story. It's like they release them all at once. And it's hard not to somewhat feel like it's coordinated. Whether it is or whether it's not, I don't know, but it just has the appearance that it is.
It's difficult because when you're, anytime in life, right? Like one bad thing happens and 5 bad things happen on top of that, right? So is it coordinated? Is this part of some grand scheme? Sure, maybe. Or is it just a similar things tend to happen at the same time?
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
Coincidence is not something I tend to believe in.
Yeah, I don't believe in a lot of coincidences. So
BTFD all day.
FUD snowball goes to be avalanche when panic. Exactly. And that's just it. I say it over and over and over again on this channel. Don't sell into FUD. You have only lost money when you sell. You have not lost any money if you hold your position and just wait. And as long as the project that you invested in hasn't changed, the team didn't disappear overnight, the project didn't break. If they're still posting stuff on social, if they're still making progress, if the team is still there, then that's the exact same project that you bought into and you felt good about before the FUD or before the correction, and you should still feel good about that project. Again, if it fails, that's a different story. But people selling because of the FUD rumors and because they get scared only hurts the market, and they only hurt themselves. Because then they come back, and I see it all the time.
So Mike here has a great question.
Yeah. Think Tron and EOS can still pump pre-mainnet if Bitcoin is still lagging. I think it's going to be hard for Tron to pump. They've got a week left now. I think it's going to be hard for Tron to pump before mainnet if the market is doing what it's done over the last 3 days. I think they might somewhat fight the current and maybe, jump a couple points or two. I don't think they're going to get the pump that they would have gotten had we stayed. Let me pull up my chart again. Had we stayed on this nice up curve that we had up until, unfortunately, before consensus. Right before consensus, it was looking really good, and we thought, okay, this is going to be good. We're going into consensus, and then consensus happened, and it just fucking took a dump, and it hasn't corrected since then. Had it stayed that same way, I think Tron would have continued to pump really hard before mainnet. With the market going the other way, let me look and see what Tron's doing right now. I just looked at them.
Look, make sure we hit the right one. Tron's up,
actually,
up there.
I can find Tron quicker just on my phone because it's under my portfolio. It's right there. Well, then where? Go up. There's Tron. Yeah, Tron's down today.
See, we're driving right now.
Yeah, it's holding steady around the 7 cents, which is a hell of a lot better than it was, a couple months ago, but it's not having that run that it was supposed to have. Now it's down there, but on Binance, the 24-hour change for Tron shows that it's up 0.74%. So it's barely green on Binance in the last 24 hours now. Obviously, Binance and CoinMarketCap set their 24-hour markers at different times of the day.
Yeah, depending on which market they're trying to work through. So.
Yeah. So I think Tron might stay somewhat green while the rest of the market goes red, but I don't think Tron's going to have a big major run up. Now, if tomorrow we wake up and the markets are green and then the markets stay green over the weekend and they kind of turn around and we have a nice run this week, then I think Tron could very quickly run up.
What's been going on with Tether, dude? That chart's crazy.
Tether's just basically Tether is equal to $1.
Yeah. No, I was just looking at that crazy chart. It looks like a freaking, heart readout.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's what I think about Tron. And that's why I'm kind of neutral on Tron right now.
So where are we at? We were talking about we went from hacking to Kraken.
And we were hacking to Kraken.
We did hacking to Kraken. So we were talking about like the US Governor Leo Council, knowing our government. I don't know how I feel about that, but okay. Mary Beth Buchanan was the first woman and the youngest person from Pennsylvania to be appointed to the U.S. Attorney General, nominated by former President George W. Bush. Continues to hold 2 major positions. Man, she's diverse. So the CEO of Kraken, Jesse Powell, to a comment about the probe and the operation of cryptocurrency. He says someone has to say what everyone else is thinking about the New York Attorney General's inquiry. They acted in an excessively subservient manner towards this kind of abuse, sends the message with it's okay. It's not okay. It's insulting. Well, Jesse, I agree with you. It is insulting. So the New York Attorney General's office is investigating 13 cryptocurrency trading platforms, including Kraken, which doesn't operate in the state. Barbara Dale Underwood is currently serving as New York Attorney General, as the former AG Eric Schneiderman has resigned due to allegations of physical abuse. Shocker. I'm sorry. Kraken is still going to pursue registration of securities.
What we talked about yesterday, where the Department of Justice is investigating market manipulation. Again, I'm on the fence on that. I know something needs to happen, but I also know that when the government gets involved in shit, they never get out. I mean, once they get their claws in that, they're in it.
Let's talk about how taxes ended up the way they are. I mean,
Yeah. So Mike said, thanks, agree for the most part. Could be a delayed fuse with all the good news from Tron today. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I've seen this over the last couple of months, company after company releasing great news and not getting the response that they should have because of the market correction.
Forgive me if you guys discussed this already. I just went deep in. I think they get listed on Coinbase. I got a lot of information that points to listing, but who knows?
Yeah, I take Coinbase listing rumors
super careful. You got to be
very lightly. If it's a rumor, it might be a good time to buy and sell out on the bounce. I don't know. I haven't seen Coinbase list anything since they brought Bitcoin Cash on, and when they at the end of 2017 they said they were going to be listing more coins in the first 2 quarters. They're pretty much over and done with, and that didn't happen. So I don't have a lot of confidence.
Is it impossible?
In Coinbase,
but,
doing what they said they were going to do.
But there are more quality exchanges on the way in.
There are more.
So there's the positive. Gemini's been trying to pick a lot up. Winklevoss Exchange, Gemini. They had Zcash last I knew, and we're talking about, was it Litecoin?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. The exchanges that interest me and the ones that I think that are going to start to gain the attention of the market will be these next generation exchanges.
Yes, because they've heard the complaints. They know what people are really wanting, and they're trying to cater to that, including a more positive user experience overall. So
yeah,
I'm excited about next gen exchanges. I think that you guys probably will be too. But like everything else, really, really check into it, because there's some exchanges out there, not naming any names, that suck major ass. So
yeah. But you're right. If and when Coinbase starts listing coins or new tokens again, whatever tokens actually get listed on there will have a really nice run. I mean, we see it happen when tokens get listed on Binance, and for a token to finally get listed on Coinbase will make the bounce that a token has when they get on Binance probably look rather minimal. At the same time, though, history is a glimpse into the future.
right.
So we saw what happened with Bitcoin Cash when it got on Coinbase. It definitely ran up and it jumped, and then it pulled back. But we see the same thing on Binance. They run up, they spike, and then they pull down, because outside of getting on a new exchange, nothing else has really happened with the project. Yeah, there's a larger audience for people to buy it, which is a good thing, but that doesn't really mean anything with the project itself. So you do get an initial bounce. It's probably a good time to sell at that time. Those are one of the few times that I would probably sell to buy back in lower, because I would know what's going to happen. I know it's going to run, and then I know it's probably going to pull back.
And don't just go off that advice. Definitely check into things. But if it has a lot of good structure to it, if it's a very sound project and they get picked up by something, while they may experience an initial dip, sometimes they don't. So,
but if you have some articles on Ox being added to Coinbase,
shoot it our way.
Send them over my way. I'd love to read it. I mean, I could probably Google it, but it's 11:30 on a Saturday, so I'm a little bit lazy.
I had a really, really big dinner. I had a big dinner. I'm super
So yeah, shoot it over my way. I'll take a look at it and see what I think about it.
Yeah, we love researching for you guys and discussing this stuff. I really have fun doing it. So
yeah. So let's see. Anything else to talk about? We talked about.
Well, there was the Lost Sherpa.
The Lost Sherpa.
There was a Lost.
Oh Sherpa. Yeah. I don't know if any of y'all had heard this. So there was an ICO stunt another ICO's publicity stunt that went horribly wrong. This time it wasn't somebody saying, "See ya, suckers," and they're off with their money. So it was a Ukrainian ICO company, and I forgot the name of the company, and they were bringing a ledger with $50,000 worth of their tokens to the top of Mount St. Everest.
Mount Saint, no,
not
Mount Everest.
Mount Everest.
Yeah.
Why did
hasn't
I
been
Saint?
sainted?
I'm thinking St. Helens. I mixed the two up.
You
So
did.
Mount Everest. They were bringing $50,000 worth of their tokens to the top of Mount Everest in a ledger, and the Sherpa that was with their team died.
Yeah, apparently they lost him.
He lost him. He went
Now
snowblind.
that I found like crazy
that.
Because I thought the Sherpas were the ones
The
in
Sherpas
charge.
are the guides. They're the ones in charge. And so there's now like two people from the group saying, well, that's not really what happened. And so I don't know. All I know is some of the ICO publicity stunts,
they're just crazy as fuck. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I don't think, like, if I was in the best shape of my life, I would still seriously debate climbing Everest for myself. Let alone, I mean, yeah, it would be great, climb, get some cash, but maybe you guys should like try geocaching so people don't like die. I don't know.
I kind of take the stance. If you need a huge publicity stunt to get your ICO up and running, then I seriously question the project, because we've seen the projects that are really successful. I've seen ICOs sell out before they, it's like they come out of pre-live and and they're done.
Yeah.
You know, so if you have to do all these weird, funky publicity stunts, then I would somewhat question the ICO.
I mean, I appreciate a cool publicity stunt, like a really well done one, a well placed one. But dude, risking your life, Everest is not a joke.
You're risking other people's lives with that because, yeah, I mean, some people might try and climb it. That now, this is also where common sense comes in. So part of me is kind of like, okay, this is a form of Darwinism.
Okay, this is not the Darwin Award. We're not
because if you're not a skilled mountain climber and you're not a high altitude skilled mountain climber, to me that was the scariest part of the whole thing. Maybe $50,000 isn't. Maybe. I mean, it's going to cost you more to get to Everest.
You have to have the shelter, the tanks, the guide, the boots, and it goes on and on. Honestly, the thing I just don't want to see happen is we're having an ICO stunt and a bunch of college students decide that they're going to try to do. No. Okay, dude. No.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's what we got. Do you have anything more? Hey, we went through an entire episode. We didn't butcher any tokens website.
We tried not to push a lot of buttons. We tried to
Sorry again, Skycoin.
We love you, Skycoin.
Love you, Skycoin. Sorry. So we're going to let you guys go tonight. Remember, like the video, subscribe, put your wallet address in the comments.
Come on, you have a chance to win
and
some ETH.
We will be giving away $25 of free Ethereum.
Subscribe, like.
We will run the randomizer tomorrow, and we will announce on video who wins.
Right. So remember, in the comments, not here.
Yeah, not in the live chat. Do it in the comments, and then that way we'll be able to pick it up. All right, everybody. Have a great evening, and as always, trade responsibly.